musical about Star Wars, now playing at the AMC Theater, is a hilarious homage to George Lucas's space opera saga and the legacy that lives on. It sets itself galaxies apart from standard parody by loving its source material, using series tropes as a springboard to celebrate its nerd culture and even wickedly satirize the musical theater world. First premiering in New York City in 2019, a musical about Star Wars strikes back here off Broadway and audiences are loving it.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Walk and Talk with Gerald. I am so excited to be at the reopening night party of a musical about Star Wars, now playing again at the AMC Theater on West 45th Street. I'm at the West Bank Cafe right now. Really beautiful restaurant in the heart of Hell's Kitchen. I am graced with the presence of one of the stars of a musical about Star Wars, the lovely and talented Maggie McDowell. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for documenting this wonderful opening night. We're having so much fun and we're so happy to be back.
Yeah. There are three actors, three performers in this show, but I kind of forgot about the fact because these three powerhouse actors, they play off each other so well, and this musical, I can't even just begin to describe it. So it's basically a parody musical, but it's not like a parody like Airplane or Naked Gun where it just like redoes the scenes. It takes the context of like all the things that we love, the things that are good, bad, and indifferent about Star Wars, and it relates it to everyday life, especially with the life of actors. So Maggie McDowell here plays the lovely character of Emily, who is a self-described activist. So you were amazing in the role. Like, it really fit you like like a glove. Like, just tell me what inspired you to really take on this role.
Well, I think we all know an Emily. She is an actress of questionable talents. So
I would beg to differ, though.
Well, but like she's, one of those people that loves musical theater, takes it very seriously. When they were writing her part, they kind of based her off of like a Jenna Maroney or like a Lisa Simpson in terms of like the activism. Also with like a dash of Maura Rose, like she just thinks very highly of herself. And so she actually comes to be in this show with these guys that are trying to present at Comic-Con, and she has a hidden agenda. They have to convince her that Star Wars is really great because she's not so sure. So it's quite an adventure.
Uh-huh. So what are your thoughts? What are your initial thoughts about Star Wars going into this role? Were you kind of like an Emily where you're like, like not so into the Star Wars? Were you a big diehard? Did you become a diehard? Like, where are you in the world of the Star Wars universe?
So contrary to Emily, I actually really like Star Wars. I grew up with it, just like kind of on the outside, not like a diehard fan. Yeah. And then I actually have an almost 6-year-old son, and my husband loves Star Wars. And so we started watching the movies with our son, starting at the very beginning and making our way through.
Yeah.
So I had seen them all very, very recently. And so when I heard about the project, I was like, oh yeah, I mean, this is just a beloved franchise, and this is such a unique spin on it.
Yes.
It's very meta. It's like all these characters kind of just like you're watching them create as they go, and so it's a blast.
A lot of people use meta and they don't understand the term, but I really feel that this show encapsulates the word meta so well, because you say that the theater is in proximity to the Javits Center, and it's like it's trying to get into Comic-Con because it feels very, very real. So I don't want to spoil the surprise of the show, but it just feels like it's grounded in realism, but it's so funny and surreal at the same time.
Thank you. Thank you.
And not only that, it's like there's 30 costume changes, and like I said, even though that there's 3 performers, I just forget that there's 3 performers. It's just like, I just feel like it packs the wallop of a cast of 30 people, quite honestly. It's just a testament.
It kind of feels that way because it's only 90 minutes and we never leave the stage.
Yeah.
The boys are incredible. They are singing and dancing their faces off and doing this original music with hilarious lyrics by Billy Reese.
Yeah,
and,
so funny.
And one of the co-writers, Taylor, is in the show, and so we play all these different, characters within characters kind of thing, and so it does feel like a bigger show than it actually is.
And just one more question for you, because you've done so much. You were in Kinky Boots. You were not only in the original cast of Disaster. You were there when it transferred to Broadway. What is it about off Broadway that you really truly love?
I love doing shows like this. Like you said, I did Disaster off Broadway, and there's just something so special about a group of people doing something super original, and it's that kind of that low budget, just like camp, you know. It's like especially with this Comic-Con element to the show, just like the cosplay, and like there are so many moments where they could have just ordered it off of Amazon, but it's homemade instead, which just makes it funny. It's that
almost a Mystery Science Theater 3005.
Yeah, and it's got a little like vibes of Pee-wee's, you know, clubhouse.
Yes, that was tip of my tongue. You really nailed it. You nailed it.
And so it's stuff like that, like Disaster. It's like I love doing these off-Broadway shows where you really like you're a family that is like making the show happen every night. And this is my favorite kind of comedy to do, which you'll understand when you see it. It's a very specific kind of like camp, and just, you know, we're just being nerdy for 90 minutes, and I just like could not be more at home with this material.
I just want to congratulate you so much. Thank you for just being part of a show that I can get excited about. It's just so funny, so fresh, and you're just a one-of-a-kind talent. I just look forward to seeing what you do next. I just hope the show is a really big success. I'm glad that it's back off Broadway. Thank you so much for chatting with me.
Thanks for being excited about it, because we are too. So thank you for sharing the word.
Isn't she the coolest? Check out the incredible Maggie McDowell in a musical about Star Wars this Friday at 8 p.m. or Saturday at 2 p.m. or 8 p.m. A musical about Star Wars performs Fridays and Saturdays until September 9. Get your tickets today by visiting amusicalaboutstarwars.com or call 646-543-4385 or swing by the AMC Theater at 354 West 45th Street between 8th and 9th Avenues. Box office opens 1 hour prior to showtime.